Change can be tough, but deciding to overcome addiction is one of the best choices you can make. So in this video, we'll talk about the subtle signs of addiction and how to overcome it. We'll go over 8 strategies, plus a bonus 9th tip to help you make lasting changes without relapse. So stick around and let's get started. Addiction is a long-term condition that changes how your brain works. It can come in many forms like social media scrolling, video games, or most commonly, substance abuse. No matter the type, addiction takes over your brain's normal desires, replacing them with the need for the addictive substance or activity. You might lose interest in things you used to enjoy as your brain changes. Addiction starts with the brain recognizing pleasure and can lead to intense cravings and euphoria, a mix of intense joy and happiness when engaging in addictive behavior. It becomes hard to control your actions, and you find yourself unable to stop, even though you know it's harmful. Responsibilities, relationships, and self-care often get neglected because of the addiction. You start relying on the substance or activity to feel normal or manage stress and emotions. Your thoughts become consumed by the addiction, overshadowing other important parts of your life. Eventually, you use the addiction to escape reality, problems, or negative feelings. These are the internal struggles of addiction, but there are also signs that others around you may notice. Signs of addiction. First of all, you might start feeling like you need to use the drug regularly, every day, or even several times a day. You could have strong cravings that take over your thoughts, and over time, you need more of the drug to get the same effect because your tolerance has increased. This happens with continuous drug use. Despite knowing that the drug is causing problems in your life or harming you physically or mentally, you keep using it. You might lose control and spend money on the drug even when you can't afford it, leading to financial trouble. When you run out of money, you might start doing things you normally wouldn't, like stealing, which can get you into legal trouble. This behavior can affect your work and relationships. You might not meet your responsibilities or cut back on social and recreational activities because of your drug use. You might also struggle to stop using the drug or experience withdrawal symptoms when you try to quit. Emotionally, you might feel things too intensely or not at all. Feeling emotions too strongly can lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse or self-harm. Not feeling emotions can make it hard to connect with others and fully experience life. The goal is to find a healthy balance between feeling and not feeling emotions. This can be challenging, but it's possible with the right practices, which we'll share next. Practices that mitigate addiction. Number 1, identifying triggers. Yep, triggers are like little buttons that can set off strong emotional reactions based on past experiences. When it comes to addiction, triggers can really fire up that urge to use again. Stress, feeling crappy, certain places or people, being alone, or even dealing with health stuff can all push those buttons and make you crave again. Once you know your triggers, you can work on handling them better. Sometimes that means dodging them when you can, or finding healthier ways to deal when they pop up. It's all about finding what works best for you to stay on track. Number 2, reflect on your addiction. Admitting you have an addiction takes serious guts, but it's the first step toward kicking it to the curb. Once you've owned up to it, it's time to do some soul searching. Take a good, hard look at how addiction has messed with your life and what you really care about. Sobriety can totally turn things around for the better, and keeping a journal is a super handy way to stay on track. It helps you figure out what sets off your addiction, what you're aiming for, and what keeps you strong. Plus, it's like having a personal roadmap to freedom from addiction. Number 3, find some distraction. When you're tempted to give in to an urge to use, try swapping it out for something else. Go for a walk, chat with a friend, or dive into a good book instead. Working out is awesome too. It gets your body moving and makes you feel awesome with those natural happy chemicals. And if you're feeling lonely, hang out with family or friends to shake off that isolation. But watch out for swapping one addiction for another, and don't forget to tackle what's really bugging you underneath it all. And if you find yourself in a triggering situation, remember the 10-minute rule. Take a breath and do something positive instead of diving into those addictive behaviors. And always be ready to face those trigger situations head on, like being around others who are using. Number 4, change your environment. Clearing out reminders of your addiction is key. Get rid of anything that tempts you, like deleting those tempting apps or ditching unhealthy snacks from your kitchen. And if certain people are pushing you toward your addiction, it might be time to create some space between you and them. For example, if you're trying to quit drinking, toss out all the booze and barware. The same goes for gambling. Toss out those cards and chips. And make sure nobody else brings that stuff around you either. Number 5, mindfulness practices. Practicing mindfulness, like meditation and deep breathing, helps you stay aware of yourself and deal with triggers that might make you want to slip back into bad habits. One study found that people who use mindfulness meditation stay clean longer and have fewer cravings. Instead of fighting cravings, mindfulness teaches you to kind of go with the flow and accept them. Deep breathing is a big part of this too. It releases happy chemicals in your brain and helps you relax. One cool breathing trick is the 4x4. Take 4 deep breaths in through your nose. Hold, then breathe out for 4 seconds. You can do it anywhere, anytime, and nobody has to know. Number 6, track your progress. Now you've taken the first big step, or at least thought about it. And that's huge. Now it's all about staying on course. Keep an eye on your progress by tracking how you're doing with cutting back or kicking that addictive behavior. Whether it's jotting it down in a journal, using an app, or making a chart, seeing those small victories adds up and keeps you going. And don't forget to loop in someone you trust, like a friend, family member, or a therapist, and share what you're going through. Having someone there to hold you accountable can really help you stay focused on your recovery goals. Number 7, challenge negative thoughts. When you're in the process of getting back on track, negative thoughts can often creep in and hinder your progress. It's crucial to identify and challenge these thoughts. Recognize those negative vibes and challenge them head on. Swap them out for positive self-talk that reminds you how strong and capable you are. It's all about flipping the script and keeping your mindset in the zone for success. Number 8, create a strong support network. Getting your friends and family on board with your recovery journal is a game changer. Having open conversations with them about your decision can really help. Ask for their support and let them know what you need from them, like not using the addictive stuff around you. If you've been buying drugs, it might be tough, but telling your dealer you're quitting is a smart move. And don't forget about talking to your doctor. They can help figure out the best way for you to quit, maybe even with some meds to make it easier. Now, here's the bonus tip to keep you going strong and prevent any slips. Number 9, celebrate milestones. Don't forget to pat yourself on the back for all the progress you're making. Taking time to celebrate the little wins along the way can keep you pumped up and ready to tackle the next challenge. It's like giving yourself a high five for sticking with it, even if you haven't reached your final goal yet. Plus, celebrating those milestones is a great way to recognize how hard you've been working and give your confidence a boost. And guess what? It's not just about feeling good. It actually boosts your mood too. When you celebrate your wins, your brain releases feel-good chemicals that keep you motivated and feeling awesome. So go ahead, give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. Addiction can really mess things up for you and those you care about. But the good news is, there's hope. If you catch it early, you can take steps to prevent it from taking over your life. It's not always easy, especially when you're knee-deep in it. But finding the right strategies and help during those tough times can make all the difference. So, if you picked up any helpful tips today, hit that subscribe button for more awesome content. Remember, your health matters most.